Your number's not blocked 747. What the hell do you want calling me this early in the morning?
Hey, Clay. Just wanted to talk about Jim Mars.
All right, that is the subject of my show. What about him? What do you got to know? Do you know Jim Mars? What about him? What do you got to say?
I'm a big fan of his work. I was wondering when you were going to do a tribute to him. I was just crestfallen when I heard about his death.
I'm doing this whole show is a tribute to Jim Mars. I'll be playing a number of his recordings.
Yeah, I really appreciate that you're doing this for Jim, Clay. It's a well-deserved tribute.
One of the few men that I admire. He's done wonderful work, and I'm just proud to be a Texan because of people like Jim Mars.
You should be. You should be. His work with the JFK conspiracy, really great stuff.
Yeah, he's done great. He's done great work, and of course, I've known that Oswald didn't kill JFK, Jim, for most of my life, at least since I was 18, because my friend was sitting down there on the railroad bridge over Elm and watched the two shooters on either side of the bridge shoot Kennedy.
Wow. Clay, is it true that you and Oswald were in a gay romantic relationship?
You know what? Fuck you, you ignorant motherfucker. Go to hell. You'll never get on my show again. Goodbye, you ignorant son of a bitch.
Good morning. Is this Mr. Douglas?
Yes, this is. Who are you?
How you doing? Hey, I'm Frank Mars. I'm Jim Mars' son. I heard you were doing a tribute to him. A lot of people
planning on doing that, yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of people say those things about my father, and it's just not right. He didn't have a lot of friends, but I'll tell you what, you were one of his best friends.
I've had him on my show before, but that was many years ago.
Yeah,
he's been on my show.
He spoke highly of you. He said that, when he'd lick your asshole, you would just take a giant shit.
You know what? You're a lying son of a bitch. And I'm sorry that I brought you on here to disgrace a man's name like Jim Mars. You're a piece of shit. Talk about piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You goddamn lying son of a bitch. Still trying to get online. Who are you? What do you want?
Hey, Clay, this is Max from Pittsburgh. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Wanted to call, talk a little bit about Jim Mars. I listen to you. I agree with almost everything you say or put out there, but Jim, I think, was a pretentious windbag, and he did not have a clue about the Kennedy assassination.
You're welcome to your opinion. I think he knew more than you ever will. So thanks for your opinion. You've just destroyed any more of your opinion. I don't care to hear it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, can I go on with a little bit of some positive?
No. Goodbye. You destroyed any credibility with me. So fuck you and goodbye. Hello, Los Angeles. What the fuck do you want? Why are you in my chat room? Who are you?
Lawson Daly. I was calling actually from Cornell University. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. You're actually in college, so you take time out to be a troll? What do you want?
No, professor. I was calling
I bet you're a professor, and you're calling my show because you're a fucking professor? I doubt that.
Why would you doubt that?
What do you want?
I was calling about the moon's core and this allegation that it's hollow, and I've got some evidence to prove that.
You think you've got evidence to prove that the moon's hollow?
That it's not hollow, sir.
Okay. You think the Earth's hollow?
Nope.
You think we got an inner Earth there? Here?
Yeah, it's plasma. Magma. There's magma. But the seismic observations which you're referring to is basically a planetary body with a seismic observation network in place. The analysis that you're referencing of lunar seismic data has helped constrain the thickness of the crust of the moon and the mantle as well as the core radius. Are you following me?
More or less. I was playing an interview with a now deceased Jim Mars, and I didn't hear him talk a lot about the moon in this interview, so I don't know what you're referencing or exactly what your point is here.
Well, he's talking about it as being a man-made satellite placed here.
Yeah, he says not necessarily man-made, but scientists like Isaac Asimov, science fiction writers like Asimov, believe that the moon was placed here sometime in the long distance past. Yes.
Because basically the inertia parameters for the moon have demonstrated that the core is only about 1.4% of the total mass of the moon. So that parameter basically normalized the polar moment of inertia, very close to the value of solid object of radially constant density, which you would absolutely have to argue with. There's a lot of fine
thanks
scale.
for your educated opinion.
There's what people are finding here is there's a fine scale variation in the lunar prospector orbiter. Do you know what that is?
You can find that. Go ahead.
Are you familiar with the writer H.G. Wells?
Yes, I'm familiar with H.G. Wells. I'm familiar with most science fiction writers, at least for the few previous decades.
Yeah, Isaac Asimov's Foundation and Earth, written in 1986. You know that one? It's about the robot Daniel Olivaw. And he was living inside of the moon.
Okay.
There's
not familiar with that one.
Yeah, there's Nikolai Znazov's famous book Duno on the Moon, written in 1965, but it was another Russian fairy tale novel with a hollow moon. There's a lot of references about this. David Icke, The Human Race, Get Off Your Knees, The Lion Sleeps No More. Icke suggests that the moon is in fact a space station from which reptilians manipulate human thought. What do you think?
I'm familiar with David.
David Weber, yeah, Empire from the Ashes. That's a good one. You read that one?
No.
Yeah.
So
well,
what's
anyway.
your point here? What's your point here? I'm doing a tribute to Jim Mars. So I decided to take your call just as a fluke. What's your point here?
The point is that the moon is a moon, and it's not hollow. It's got a very small core of about 1.4% of its total mass. And the way you want to learn that is there's two ways to determine the distribution of mass within a body. One involves the moment of inertia parameters. The other involves seismic observations. In the case of the former, we always point out to people that the cores of the moon is both dense and small, with the rest of the moon consisting of material with nearly constant density. So it's a very solid moon. It's a good moon. We've got a pretty good moon, compared to other moons. Do you ever go to? Have you been to Denny's before? The diner.
Yeah.
They've got a dish there that's pretty spectacular, but it's called Moons Over My Hammy. Instead of Miami, they changed
I've
it to
seen it.
That's pretty clever. There's a lot of references to moons. So it just brings up a good point, and I think that there's a lot of speculation that maybe the transgender population came from the moon. Is that true?
Fuck the transgender population. Fuck you. Goodbye. Jesus Christ. Who are you? And what are you? What's on your mind?
Hi, Clayton. My name is Dan Goldman. I'm from BlogTalk Radio's legal department. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Well, I just received a call from Rick Scoomley or something like that. He said that you were violating copyright material. Is that true, or is he just lying?
He's lying. He's one of my trolls on here. He's accused me of everything. He should be sued for slander. He's accused me of having sex with this person, that person. He is the biggest troll on here. I go to YouTube.
When did this relationship even start? This trolling.
He's been a troll for almost a year on Blog Talk. I've been on Blog Talk for what, about 6 years?
Wow.
If you're really with Blog Talk, you should know that.
Yeah, I know how long you've been
on Blog Talk. What proof do you have that you're with Blog Talk at all? I get these kind of calls, and I don't believe you're with Blog Talk at all. I've got a good relationship with Blog Talk. I've been with them for years and years and years.
My last name is Goldman, and I'm a lawyer.
Good for you. That doesn't impress me.
Why doesn't that impress you?
Because I eat lawyers like you for lunch. I've never lost a lawsuit. And I don't expect a lawsuit. And I don't believe if you're with Blog Talk, there's a ways to contact me. Blog Talk has all of my numbers. They don't contact me on the air.
But Rick Shumley said to contact you on the air.
Rick Scumley, I call him Scumley, he has been trying to get on my show. He wants me to call him. I don't call my guests. He doesn't know. He's too goddamn dumb to even get on to call properly like you just called.
So he said you slandered him about him beating his wife. Was that slander or was that true?
I never said he beat his wife. I never said that to him. I don't try not to talk to him. I kick him out of our room anytime he comes in it. And he's too goddamn dumb to dial in on the phone, so I don't do that.
Because actually, I'm from the Anti-Defamation League, and I was just trying to get more information about this incident.
You're from the Anti-Defamation League? Oh, you're another one of those lying motherfucking Jews that have tried to kill me, that have tried to defame me for almost 20 years. You can go to hell as if you're from the ADL. So you lied about being with Blog Talk Radio. You've done nothing but lie, and Rick Scumley is a liar. And it seems natural that he would go to the ADL to get another bunch of liars to try to hassle me.
How am I hassling you, sir? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the situation. Did
You're lying. You still called me with a lie, and you're still lying, you goddamn liars.
He beat his wife. Did you claim that Rick Shumley beat his wife or not?
I didn't claim that at all. I never said that. His wife's called in. His wife is supposedly his wife. Shut up!
The recording that I heard from your TV show, the recording that I heard from your radio show says that you claim that his wife needs to get help because she's being beaten by him.
Supposedly his wife has called into the show and claimed that he was a violent person. She was scared of him, and then I quit taking her calls too. And if you're from the ADL, I've got one question. I've got one statement for you in the ADL. Go fuck yourself.
Why did you try to hide that? Is my whole point. Like, if you knew that, why didn't you just come out and say yes? His wife called instead of saying no. I never claimed he was a wife beater.
I don't recall the conversation. I get a lot of calls. Somebody is not somebody I talk about. He's not allowed on my show. Fuck you, you ignorant motherfucker. Goodbye.